All right, the program is over, and now we're inside, nice and warm, talking to all of our partners. Suzanne, do you want to tell us a little bit about ERA and what folks can do? What actions can we take for you?
We are here with ERA Minnesota, longtime organization since 2014 formally, but it's been 102 years we've been working on a federal equal rights amendment, but 40 years in the state of Minnesota. We do not have this in our state constitution or in our federal constitution. So we get people activated to contact your legislators, demand that they give us an equal rights amendment, state constitution, and federal. And there's a lot of other organizations here that want you to do things too to make a difference now. So thanks for coming.
Thank you. Look at. Okay. Hello, please tell us about AM 950. Love your station.
Yes, AM 950 are one of the very few progressive talk stations left in the country. So we start their daily schedule. We start off with Santita Jackson, that's Reverend Jesse Jackson's daughter. Then we have Stephanie Miller, a comedian out of California. Our hearts go to California with the fires. Climate change is too darn real, and we need to have an economy that works for the more than human world. Tom Hartman, and then we go local. We started our show called The Daily Show, is now 6 days a week. That's from 2 to 3. Then we go to Matt McNeil. We have Nativist Radio. We have Democracy Now! With Amy Goodman.
Awesome.
And then we have a paranormal show from 10 to 11, a live paranormal show.
Fascinating.
10 to 11, yeah. And we're producing over 20 local shows every week.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. We have a really good healthcare show with Dr. Smith Ropey. He's an orthopedic surgeon. We have a show with the Rotary Club. And we have a Visitor book, Saved My Life. We have Twin Cities Pride Amplified with the same people who do Twin Cities Pride. We have Downright Upright. And we also had Ellie 2.0 transgender. She stopped her show. She did a really powerful last show. Her new show is The Illegal Trans Woman, which is taken out in 2025. So give us a listen.
Fantastic.
AM 950, and everything is also on podcast.
Thank you for your support. Hi. I have to look and see who I'm talking to now. Yes, please tell us about. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, so we're the Minnesota Abortion Action Committee. We're a grassroots reproductive rights group here in the Twin Cities. Our main work right now is focusing on crisis pregnancy centers, which are predatory anti-abortion centers, which we're expecting people in with the promise of resources or health care, but then try to manipulate them into keeping their pregnancies and give them medical misinformation, and often have transactional kind of manipulation where if you want resources like diapers or STD testing, you have to submit to religious education, religious indoctrination. So that's something we do work against. We have a protest upcoming next Saturday at a place here locally in South Minneapolis where we're going to show up and talk about all the terrible things that these organizations do. We also meet every week Thursdays in South Minneapolis at 6 o'clock. We have a meeting following here.
Nice.
And we also do educational work about how these places operate locally and the resources available to people that don't require this kind of religious indoctrination and manipulation.
For folks who wouldn't know, what would be some of the first signs that you're not in a place that's going to give you health care if you have questions about an unexpected pregnancy or other issues?
Yeah, sure. So
what are some of the warning signs?
Right. So there's a couple of telltale signs. For example, if you're like looking at a place on a website, for example, and you will see that they use very specific language, kind of dog whistle language. For example, a lot of these places talk about abortion pill reversal, which is not a real thing. It's not a medically accepted term or practice. And if you see anything with abortion pill reversal, that'll immediately tell you. And they'll often talk about abortion post-traumatic stress disorder. They'll use religious language, like talk about sin, or they'll talk about shame and doubt, and they'll kind of weaponize that as a form of like, think about what will happen to you.
And if you encounter one of these places, if you're just walking around your neighborhood and you see one of these places, the names often also give it away. So they'll use adjacent language, but you'll never see something in the name. Often you'll see some of the similar kind of language that is manipulative that is kind of hinting at what the real purpose of it is. You know, moving away from abortion-related or reproductive rights-related language and more towards like resources, like you know, like birthright.
Birth
like,
is even just the word birth
Yeah, right. It's like
kind of
those
connotes that there.
And one of the things we do in our teaching that we give to organizations and communities locally is we also talk about alternative options. So there are pregnancy resource centers that are not crisis pregnancy centers that give legitimate resources for expecting mothers and people who need those kind of resources, and are also not abortion clinics. So there are other options available. Like those are the services that you need if you're expecting, you want to keep the baby. You do not need to go to these places to get these resources.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi. I'm Ann with Women's March. Please.
And with Healthcare for All Minnesota. And
Ken Engelhardt, I'm with Healthcare for All Minnesota.
Nice. Please tell us more about what you do and what we can do to help you.
awesome. Well, we are very pleased to be supporting the People's March.
Thank you.
Sad that we're here again 8 years
Right.
later, but here we are. And we're working to fix how we pay for healthcare. We would like to pass a state-based universal single-payer healthcare system for Minnesota. Then we want to go ahead and pass national Medicare for all.
Fantastic.
And in the meantime, we've got some legislation that we are supporting this cycle. So there's a lobby day coming up.
Okay.
On March 10th.
March 10th, Lobby Day here
Yep.
at the St. Paul Capitol.
Yep, here. People can join us to support some legislation that we think will move us in the right direction toward getting the insurance industry out and getting a system that actually works for ordinary people, and it includes everybody. Everybody in, nobody out. You know,
Nice.
affordable, universal, high quality healthcare for everybody.
Amazing. Thank you.
Healthcare is a human right.
Healthcare is a human right. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all you do. It's, you know,
Well, this is an awesome event. I just am impressed that you pulled it off.
if we could have just changed the weather, that'd have been.
I thought, I mean, other than my feet got cold and my hands got cold, it's actually really nice outside.
Yeah.
So, and I was very
Wouldn't that be
pleased
great?
to see that many people show up.
God love the hardy Minnesotans
Yep.
and the intensity
Yeah.
of the need.
I mean, we need to be in solidarity
Yes.
against. I mean, I am extremely worried about
Yes.
our the right-wing extremist
Yeah.
movement that is actually today's Republican Party is a right-wing extremist movement, and we're just going to have to overcome this. And a pro-democracy movement is what we need.
That is exactly what we
Free,
need.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi. Would you like to talk to Move to Amend on the live stream?
That's all you. That's all you, Jeff.
I see you chomping at the bit. Please tell us a little bit about what you do and how we can help you, how folks who are watching can help you.
Okay. Move to Amend is a national organization of which we're one of the affiliates in Minnesota that is after a constitutional amendment that will improve upon reversing the Citizens United decision. It was made in 2010. Most people think of that and they think it's about money in politics and stopping big money from buying politicians who then get groomed to be elected and then write laws that are not favorable to the people that government represents but to the corporate interests. Beyond that, there's the other question of corporate power and governance, because the Supreme Court has said that corporations and other artificial entities that we create as human beings are people or persons, and then they give them privilege in the court decisions. We're trying to reverse that also, so we've got an amendment with two principles. Only human beings have constitutional rights, and spending money in a political context is not the same as free speech. Get those two in. The first effect is the Supreme Court can no longer use those principles
Yeah.
to favor corporate interests in their case litigation. Second is Congress then has to write laws. It's not a problem for Congress to write laws about how corporations should conduct themselves. They've already done it for unions, which are another sort of entity that's not a person, it's a group of people. So we're after that in terms of getting enough states to tell Congress to draft that amendment, which then goes to states, 3/4 of whom have to ratify it. Then it becomes part of the Constitution. The important thing is for people to be aware of that and to press their own legislators to pursue that. Or when it gets to that stage, you're educated about it, you know this is what Congress has to do. You can't fool me by giving me less than that.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the explanation. Thank you for all you do. Women's March, Minnesota. So it's live streaming now. So yeah. Yes, thank you. Hi. I'm live streaming for the Women's March. Would you like to tell us about Indivisible and your calls to action? And because I think this is very much something that people could grab onto to do. So I'll let you go. You know more than I.
So emails got involved with Indivisible after the last big Women's March in 2017.
Awesome.
And so Indivisible is basically a grassroots civic activist. So we try to make it really easy for people to reach out to their representatives on upcoming legislation. And we support progressive causes, and we partner with a lot of the organizations here to advance progressive issues. But we create, my voice is going, we do twice a month action hours on Zoom where we make calls to our reps together on upcoming votes on the national and state level. And then we have a monthly all-member meeting. Sometimes those are in person, but this month it's online, and we have 4 representatives coming from across the Twin Cities to talk about what's happening in the 2025 legislation. And it's going to be a little more raucous this time.
Yeah, I imagine.
And then we also do monthly book clubs, so those are over Zoom. And we do those, and it's a combination of books or videos or movies, and just to educate ourselves on different issues.
Awesome.
So this month it's on tyranny, and it's tomorrow, unfortunately, but the next one I think is going to be something by Heather Cox Richardson.
Oh, awesome. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it relevant, and it's kind of an educational thing, and then we do things like this.
Yeah. And I can't say enough about how easy you make it. I mean, you really write up a script and give the phone numbers, and it's easy to do, and it's, you know,
Yeah.
and then you feel good about you the rest of your week. It's kind of like, you know, not having a donut in the morning, but having fruit instead. You know.
So many people are intimidated by the idea of reaching out to their representatives, and we really try to make it fun and not scary and take out all of the, apprehension. And then once people get used to it, they do it on their own and more amplify our voices.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for being here. Oh,
Great event.
I got my front person. Hello. Please tell us about what you all are doing and how we can help.
Sure. So we are Free Mom Hooks. We are a nonprofit that is all about education, visibility, and supporting the LGBTQ+ community. So basically, we try and show up to as many events as we can during the course of the year. We offer hugs, obviously. We also offer pocket hugs. Our members craft a lot of things, so we know it's the Midwest. Not everybody wants an actual hug, so something
I love that.
tangible,
Yes.
so you can take it with you and just to remind you that you're loved and supported. So really, we're just there to make sure that people don't forget that we're out here and that everybody's important and everybody deserves to be here.
Thank you for all you do. I recognize this level of crochet because this looks like what I used to make when I.
Yep. Well, and I can't crochet, so these are me. Those
are awesome. Those are awesome. Makes me think of my grandma, and I think that's kind of it, is bringing the family stuff and making people feel those feels. So
of course.
Thank you. It's so important.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm live streaming.
Hi, would you like to talk a little bit about the Sierra Club on the live stream for Women's March and what you do and how we can join or help you?
I'll try.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm with the Sierra Club. We're about protecting the environment, environmental justice, and racial justice. One of our big pushes now is for affordable housing, density. But we have many aspects. We have walking tours, or outdoor tours for cross-country skiing, hiking. We're always looking for volunteers to help out with the different subcommittees, like land use and transportation,
nice,
clean water, forestry. So if you're interested in the environment,
yeah,
Sierra Club has something for you.
Nice. And what would be the best way to connect with you if somebody did want to join a committee?
I love that.
I would go to our website, the
Okay.
Sierra Club North Star chapter.
Okay.
And go
Fantastic.
from there.
Thank you for all that you do. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, North Star, please tell us about what you guys are doing and how people can help you.
Hi there. Yeah, my name is Greg King. I'm a representative of the Coalition of Asian American Leaders, one of 10 organizations that is staffing the North Star Alliance.
Okay, good.
Which is working on trying to pass state-level legislation to make sure that our state resources are just for the job of the state and they're not weaponized against immigrant communities. Most notably, we don't want our police being asked to do the responsibilities of immigration enforcement. We want to make sure that our non-citizen Minnesotans feel safe to go to the police or county libraries or public schools or county hospitals, any publicly funded local or state resource to get the services they need to make them feel safe and help all of us thrive without fear of their data being given to ICE or people asking them for their papers and being denied services or even being held and detained simply because of immigration status. It's not the job of our state officials to do that work, and we want our neighbors who are non-citizens to feel comfortable again accessing the resources to which they're entitled and going to law enforcement if their victims or know of somebody who's a victim. And so that's what the North Star Act is about. It's a state-level legislative coalition, like I said, with many groups, including COPAL, who's right next to us here, faith-based immigrant-serving groups, and immigrant advocacy groups. Today we're asking people to give a loving call to the governor and ask him to take some executive action.
I'm going to put this up so that people can, while you speak, if you don't mind. Yeah.
He does have power. It's limited. It's not as robust as legislative power, but he does have a lot of power. He's done a lot of good things for immigrants. We know the governor wants to stand with vulnerable communities, and so we're just asking him to take a bold stance before the inauguration of a president who, frankly, has already clearly said he's going to target our immigrant neighbors. He's going to deport them. He's going to put people in cages. We've seen it before. So I wish that was hyperbole, but we know if anything, he's being harsher and the rhetoric is more frightening to our immigrant neighbors than it was before. So the governor, we're just asking him to do what he can, let Minnesotans know that he stands with them as long as they're here, and take what action he can take. So that's what we're asking for today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all you do, and thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get
that. Oh, Copal. Hi, please tell folks about what you do and how they can get involved or how they can help.
Yeah, for sure. So we are COPAC. We are a member-based organization. We work with the community all across the state of Minnesota, protecting immigrant rights, and we are a member of the North Star Alliance.
Nice.
But yeah, if folks are looking to get involved, they can go to our website, which is copalmn.org. And then we do have social media pages on there as well. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming up with this incoming administration. We're really focused on the defense. So yeah, if people are looking to get involved, they can definitely feel free to reach out to us through there. So.
Nice. And what kind of things are you looking for people to do? Show up for things or make calls to legislators or?
Yeah, so we are planning a phone bank for the special election. Unfortunately, as of very recently, that is canceled. So we're going to have to do a little bit of readjusting, but we do usually have phone banking opportunities. And then for folks who are bilingual, I know that our resources that we offer through our Workers Center, they're typically looking for help with intake on that.
Nice. You guys have great phone banking. I mean, when you've got you guys behind, that's powerful. So.
Yes, yeah. This last election season, we hit some crazy numbers. We surpassed our milestone. So, yeah, over 150,000 calls.
Say that again because that's amazing.
Over 150,000 calls. But yeah, we have a really strong program in terms of people who are willing to come out and show support for that. So yeah.
Thank you all so much for all you do, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Oh.
I haven't had a chance to check.
Oh, okay. We'll just do a little walk around. Let's see. Oh. Hi, I'm live streaming for the Women's March. Would you like to talk a little bit about the Women's Press and what you're doing and how people can get involved, read your stuff? Yeah, that'd be great.
Women's Press, celebrating 40 years this year as a print publication. We are at the People's March this year because we're supporting everybody. And if you go to womenspress.com, you can see our magazine, we have digital editions, sign up for our newsletters, and just see what we've got going on because we are co-creating the village.
Nice, thank you so much for for the ads that you've done for us. And I have been a big reader of Women's Press for many years. So yes, thank you. Hi, please tell me about.
We are here for the Minnesota Billing Families Act. We're part of the Minnesota Billing Families Coalition, bringing infertility insurance coverage to all Minnesotans. My husband and I are IVF parents and didn't have insurance coverage to have our daughter, and now
holy buckets,
yeah. Better for others.
Oh, thank you for doing that.
Thank you for letting us be here.
Yeah. And the speaker before it, I'm not asking you necessarily to tell your own story, but just give people an idea of sort of the costs or just everything. And again, you don't need to tell your own, but you probably would.
We had crippling debt from not having insurance coverage for our medical treatment. We both have infertility; it's a disease, and it's just not right that people don't have access to this.
No, because they cover everything else. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
And whether you want to have a family or you don't want to have a family, it's all part of the same. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your work, and thank you for being here. Thank you. I think. Oh, my friends at WHAM. How are you? Good. Please tell me about some of the things that you guys are doing.
Sure. We're Women Against Military Madness, and so we're obviously working to end military madness and stop war. And so we give out a lot of information about just how bad the war is for not only the environment, but the money that we're investing right now. We're working to divest from Israel. So right now we have a huge focus on liberating Palestine. I'm a part of the Palestine Solidarity Committee, and we meet every second and fourth Friday on Grand Avenue here, 1725 Grand Avenue, every second and fourth Friday at 5:30 p.m. and we meet and organize to talk about how to work toward divestment and how to organize for Palestine.
Well, and you guys are everywhere. I know you guys from Monday afternoons for the Pipeline Vigil Blues.
Oh, okay.
But it's you guys are doing so much. But yeah, so if people want to get involved, I talk to the people who are there every week. They do something every week, every day, it's amazing.
Well, and every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. we are at Summit and Snelling Avenue in St. Paul. Yep, through the weather, no matter what.
I know that. I know that from the Monday gigs, but I live very near there, so. But so I just think, for folks, and it's a great way to get community and to get involved and to get out there. For some folks, I think in the upcoming year, people are going to need reasons to get out of the house.
Absolutely, and it's so inspiring. The women that I've met through this organization have been doing this work for decades. And they're still involved.
Yes.
I'm talking about, I'm standing on the corner with women in their 80s.
Yeah.
These women have so many stories to tell and so much wisdom. So I've learned a lot. It's very inspiring.
Thank you for all you do, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
I think we've got everyone. Thank you everybody for being here.